Oh, feels good. I had about a 3 hour nap, but I couldn't sleep very well because I just kept wanting to come back and keep playing. Um, I just want to quickly recap what happened last time. We learned that Fan Daniel, pre becoming an Ascian again, was Armon from the Allegan Empire, who was like, their chief innovator and scientist. And so yeah, then he became Fan Daniel, sent a clone to the Crystal Tower as we knew. Whew. Oh, it's good. And then we're in Old Charlie, researching the final days to see what the forum's up to, or try and learn what the forum's up to anyway. So we'll continue. Ready for a tea break? I know I am. Honestly, my neck and shoulders are going to calcify if I don't stretch my legs and walk around for a bit. You know the last stand down in the harbour, don't you? Come and meet me near the outside table and I'll treat you to their coffee. It's quite good. Oh my god. Yes, please. Yes. That could just go chill, have some coffee, I would say. I love Old Charlie so much. Just before I start streaming, I unlocked the sightseeing world as well, so... Bruh. So we'll see some vistas around the place now. Might even be one around here. Maybe one of the statues. Just quickly have a look. Doesn't look like it. Alright. As busy as ever, it seems. How very Charlie that no other gourmet cafe has sprung up to compete with customers. Actually, this crowd gives me an idea. Before we place an order, why don't we ask a few questions and gauge the mood of the city? I'm interested to hear what the average citizen has to say about the teleporting. You might even learn something new. Let it try touch. Hey. Ali says for something new. Oh my god. I see a vista. gonna do a G pose somewhere. What's the one? Ooh. Latin. Alright, let's go start asking around soon. I might just take more screenshots, to be honest. Yes, I don't believe I've had the pleasure. Pray excuse the interruption, but we were hoping you might share your thoughts on the two operate and their unconscionable plans. My goodness, if it isn't Miss Levier. My apologies, but I work in the office of the office forum, and if word reached Master Korshunov that I was helping you, I see. We're sorry to have bothered you. What is it? Can a man not enjoy a moment of private respite. If you're looking to share a table, then I respectfully request that you look elsewhere. You understand, sir. You misunderstand, sir. We were simply wondering if you knew of the tour offering. These enemies of peace have promised an end to all we hold dear, and... Wait, you're that House Labyrinth girl, aren't you? And this man with you is obviously a foreigner. Heard you were disowned for helping outsiders indulge their barbaric whims, and here you are giving truth to the rumor. I'll thank you to leave me be. I have naught to say to the likes of you. Well, I must apologize. It was foolish of me to expect an ounce of civility from one so enlightened. Come. It's gotta be a market somewhere, right? I wonder if she was down at ice there. No. Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. What can I offer you today? Wait, is that Mistress Alice I see there? My word, how long has it been? Far too long. Meet Dickon, the owner of the last stand. I used to frequent his cafe on occasion, in between lessons at the studio. That seems like an age ago now. I remember hearing that you and Master Alfino had set sail for Eorzea, but then you never came back. Lately there's been gossip about your father disowning the pair of you. Everything alright at home? It's complicated, and I hadn't expected complete strangers to be so familiar with our situation quite so quickly. Everyone has an opinion, it seems. Well, it is House Labyrinth. No matter how discreet Master Fortunato may have been, news of your family's doings never stays secret for long. Things being what they are, what brings you back to the city now, of all times? We have questions and only Charlene has the answers. Tell me, Master Dickon, have you heard anything about the apocalypse called the final days? What, like the end of the world? Nothing like that, I'm afraid. And that's what you're here to find? Information on this apocalypse? Yes, whatever we can learn. Unfortunately, your patrons appear to be unwilling to speak to me. I wish there was more I could do to help. But maybe there is. You're a visitor to Charlene, aren't you? Then few will know your face. We should be able to pass you off as a server, and none the wiser. We just finished preparing a few orders. Strike up some friendly conversation while you're setting down the food, and you might just get the answers you're looking for. Not a bad idea. I hate to ask, but what do you think? I can do that. That's the spirit. Pay attention now, and I'll explain where each of these dishes needs to go. The tea set is for the chatty group sitting by the water's edge. The omelette is for one of our regulars, a Highlander by the name of Gisla. She's sitting at an outside table with a friend of hers. Behind them you should see a Mikote gentleman. He orders the oven-baked lobster. Got all that? If you're not sure, just ask and I'll explain it again. I actually wasn't that paying attention to the first one. Tea to the group by the water, omelette, gisla, and lobster to the Mikote. No, Alistair's not with me anymore. 256 gil to get to Britannia. Let's edit and climb a plate real quick. I guess that's fine. I might actually edit these pants slightly. These ones, nope. Alright, definitely not. Yeah, those ones work. Let's go back. Yeah, it's Labyrinth. How does people deliver these meals? This is for the Cote. No, this is for the group by the water. They get the tea set. Oh, my tea set. Lovely, thank you. The Talapa who? I'm sorry, I've never heard of them or their annual days. My friends and I are somewhat uninformed when it comes to current events. Now, if you want to hear about ritual arcane practices of the 6th Astral Era, common or esoteric, then I'd be happy to talk your ear off. I might want to learn, I don't know. Yo, Gisla, you need the honors. Ah, finally. 2468. Let's dig in, no time to waste. What? The Toloferoi? Ah, yes. I remember seeing the name in the latest Gazette. That adds some great claim about the end of days. Same old senseless warmongering. When will these fools grow tired of spilling each other's blood? Best stay out of it, I say. The Forum made the right choice, and I fully support our decision to remain neutral. At last, the oven-baked lobster is mine. You have no idea how long I've scrimped and saved and suffered to afford this heavenly dish. The final days, this is the first I've heard of it. Although that would explain why my friend has been rushed off his feet. It must be a busy time to be a gleaner. You don't know what a gleaner is? They're collectors of the sort. Travel the world procuring things that we haven't got here in Charlene. Priceless books, unusual live specimens, and so forth. So named for those folk who travel after the reapers in the fields, picking up every grain which is missed. Nay, by all accounts, gleaning is a most meticulous and demanding profession. If these Tolofroi make good on their audacious threats, then many uncatalogued rarities could be lost forever. Why else would the gleaners be buzzing about in such a frenzy? Watch the harbour, and you'll see what I mean. They're carting loads in from the docks all day. It's never been this hectic before. Not like this. Any trouble with the customers? Were you able to get anyone talking? Interesting. They seem unaware of the final days, aside from whatever vague news the Gazette's printing. Even Dickon had nothing to offer, and he's the best source of gossip in the city. If the Forum does have secret knowledge, then they've done an impressive job of ensuring no one else whispers it in their own ear. In any case, thank you for playing the part so well. Here, that cup of coffee I promised. Oh my god. Thank you. Well, let's enjoy our drink somewhere else, shall we? Maybe behind the peristyle, away from gossips and their waiting tongues. This should do nicely out of the wind and out of sight. I'm so worried something's gonna happen to one of these two or both of them.
When our father disowned us, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. It wasn't until much later that his words began to sink in, that I began to feel the weight of what it meant. Do you remember when the decision was made to come to Charlene? Graham said that the Forum was determined to keep us in the dark, and that Father's venomous performance was part of that strategy, to keep us at arm's length. Perhaps it was. Father argued with Grandfather on many occasions, but never with such dismissive contempt. And when he demanded what justifies the sacrifices we make in war, I honestly didn't know what to say. Neither did Alpha know, I know, but never for one moment did I believe we had made the wrong choice. So all I could do was fume silently. It was only afterwards that I realized how childish I had been, how being stubborn and self-righteous must run in the family. If I could have just mustered a civil response, then things might have turned out differently.
There's those guys. The Gleaners, I guess they're... I guess those are the Gleaners, yeah?
They must be ferrying goods to Labyrinthos.
Oh.
A vast complex beneath the island. Scions is famous for archiving knowledge from around the world. Well, that knowledge is not preserved exclusively in dusty tomes and desiccated samples. Our living library, comprised of all manner of flora and fauna, is housed and studied within that underground facility. Still, that did seem to be an unusually large shipment. When I lived here, it was rare to even see such cargo transported by boat. Wait! Didn't you hear something in the last stand about the gleaners coming and going more than usual?
Yes, I did.
Well, I think they're the ones we saw manning those boats. And gleaners answer to the Forum. If the appearance of the Telophoroi prompted this sudden burst of activity, then Labyrinthos may hold a clue as to what the Forum is planning.
That's exactly what I was thinking. We should tell the others what we've learned about the Gleaners. Go on ahead to Numenon. I'll join you in a moment. Master Dickon will want his cups back. Welcome back. Been for a walk and cleared your head up? Not exactly. We did some impromptu investigating and turned up information in the Gleaners. It makes sense. The Gleaners take their requests directly from institutions and bureaucrats, but as you say, they ultimately answer to the Forum. A sudden and significant increase in Gleaner traffic and in cargo, it certainly gives the impression of an overarching plan being put into motion. Let us see what theory we can build from the facts. As Ishtola observed earlier, Numenon's archives appear to contain no information concerning the final days. Coupled with what Cobian and Wisay learned at the last stand, we can be reasonably sure that most Scions know nothing of that particular period of ancient history. Yet, my father and his colleagues are not only familiar with the final days, but are also somehow certain that the destruction being perpetrated by the Telophoroi is wholly unlike these apocalyptic events. Moreover, the Forum claims to be so occupied by a duty of such pressing importance that they saw fit to unanimously deny Eorzea's request for aid. And now the Gleaners, official agents of the state, have been mobilized on an unprecedented scale. I do not think it a stretch to conclude that the Gleaner's recent activities are in service to the Forum's secretive ends. Yeah. In which case, our next course of action seems obvious. We visit Labyrinthos and assess the situation for ourselves, and if we're lucky, the Gleaners will be far more receptive to our questions. Oh, I would hate to spoil the surprise. As for myself, there are a few more subjects I should like to research. I may join you later, but feel free to leave behind your borrowed books and be on your way. I'll see to it that each is returned to its proper place. That would be a great help. Thank you, Raha. Let's head down. Let's head down the stairs over there, and I'll show you where the entrance is. To Labyrinthos. Hey, Ali. Ready? Labyrinthos is not too far from here, but you may find the path a bit disorienting. I'll take the lead, so stay close. Alright, here we go. It's pleasant here amongst the trees and leaves. Oh my god. I just gotta, general, obviously. Here we go. Up here. The rostra. Here we are, through this door and down the stairs. You did remember to attune to the sharp opener, didn't you? It will make your life much easier for you to come back in time. Otherwise, we should keep moving. Yep, let's go. I've got every aether shard here already. This way to Labyrinthos. I'm excited. Chocobo key. Bruh. We're all here now, yes? I've taken the liberty of securing permission for our groups to send. Right, everyone onto the lift and down we go.
Deep beneath the scholar's city shines a false sun within a fabricated sky. In any age exist those who consider the floor an extension of their bookshelves. And this vault's architects surely belonged to that special breed. If the stack grows too high, start a new one. If no room remains, then make more rooms. A simple solution at first, and then bit by bit, a profound transformation. Knowledge buried beneath knowledge, a growing, creeping labyrinth from which there is no escape.
Sweet.
Not what you expected. I must admit, the artifice is very convincing. But I assure you that we are beneath Sharlayan itself. The breeze you feel, the flowing waters you hear, all created by the hand of man.
The island is volcanic, you see, and once upon a time this great hollow must have been a reservoir for magma. It was discovered some 400 years ago, at which point it was repurposed as a storage facility for scrolls and samples and such. Renovations have continued, with nigh on no interruption to this day, with the lower levels still undergoing expansion.
Aren't those people gleaners?
What are the gleaners up to?
Aye, judging by their dress. They are said to work alone as a rule, but 'twould seem that rule is being enthusiastically broken today. It may be as you suspected, that they are engaged in a task apart from the norm.
Let's spread out and get some answers then.
Good idea.
Ugh.
Oh, come on, Crow. Don't echo out on me.
Did you call to me just now?
No, I did not.
No. How odd. I must be a bit dizzy from the descent. I'll be fine, I'm sure. Let's get to work, shall we?
Checking out here. That one's 421 to the east. Three acre shards in one, or you know, yeah, in one place. Dang. This massive lift is one of several which connects the surface of Old Sharlayan to the subterranean research and storage complex of Labyrinth. At the end of its descent, the mechanism opens up onto the hub of Upper Labyrinthos, from where passengers or cargo continue onwards towards other facilities. This place is so cool. Holy fuck. It just keeps going. Let me think. The reason should be item 1058, Human Seeds 1059, Snurtleberry 1060, or were they 1061? Ah, my head feels like it's stuffed with Moko grass. Why more loads to take out than carry in? Why do all this at once and risk mixing it up? What if someone mistakes the Kurthan carrots for the Girabani carrots? What then? Your strange perspective has taught you about large shipments coming in and out of Labyrinthos. You here to help will give me more headache, because you don't have the look of a cleaner, and I'm in no mood for idle chatter. One of my colleagues was so exhausted he took a tumble and crashed into a pile of crates. Now I have to pack. Now I have a pack of marmots running loose. It was strange with Erenvar's talked about exhausted gleaners. It's almost nighttime in Labyrinthos. I wonder what that'll be like. You want to know what I'm doing? Holing books, and ore, and fauna. If we need holing, I hole it. Every decade or so, they take stock in Labyrinthos, you know? Sort and tidy up the inventory. Never seen an operation like this before, though. They just did one a few summers ago, even. Then, with no warning at all, this mess gets dropped in our laps. Orders from on high. Damned if I know the reason. Could be that they're changing the layout, eh? Preparing for the next big expansion? You know, good Goblin has talked about taking stock in Labyrinthos. Any luck? What tales do Gleaners have to tell? So this grand operation began without warning, and for every item that they bring in, they're sending more inventory somewhere else. That would explain the haggard face that we see. We were right, the Forum is definitely up to something, and they're turning the Labyrinthos upside down in the process. We would do well to learn more of what specifically the Gleaners are being tasked to do, as well as who has tasked them to do it. If you're game, I have an idea. Didn't one of the Gleaners you questioned say something about escaped marmots? Perhaps if you were to help him capture said creatures, he might be inclined towards a more friendly and enlightening conversation. In the meantime, I will turn my charms upon this Gleaner here. We can compare notes afterwards. Happy hunting! Ah, Krau's so good. You wish to help me find the marmots? I've nothing suitable to pay you for your services, but if you're offering out of the goodness of your heart, I'd welcome the assistance. The name is Eren, your friend, specialist in the collection of live specimens. That said, the capture of these Nagsian marmots is a trial. I've no desire to repeat. Grizzled mice, they call them. For mercy, there are no other marmot species on this tier at present, so there should be no mistaking elders for fugitives. If you happen to catch any, stuff them in this sack. Gently, of course. Where to begin, you wonder? I've not seen any scampering around here, so you'll need to widen our search into the surrounding forest. You and your guard, there are beasts out there that won't hesitate to prey on a marmot, or you. I'll search the trees to the west. The eastern portion of the forest is all yours. Goodbye. Ooh. Let's put one of these. else was it? I needed Genemos in the medial circuit. Anyway. Converted nimbly evades your grasp before once more disappearing into the trees. Squeak, squeak. More prepared for its speed this time, you succeed in closing the sack over your elusive quarry. How did you fare? I tracked down 3 of the pack, which leaves 1 unaccounted for. Here you go. Ah, there it is, the odd marmot out. Wait here a moment while I put our friends in a holding cage. Thankfully, the marmots seem to be unharmed. They've held up well in isolation, but it's much too soon to release them into the habitat. It's a good thing we were able to recapture them so swiftly. You have my thanks. Yeah, who's tasked to count them? Why, the authority in charge of Labyrinthos now and in perpetuity. The same officials who have had us working day and night lately, honourable members of the Forum. Who else? Suitable for consumption and easy to breed. Those were the 2 conditions I was given for the stock I was instructed to procure. I don't know what the Forum has planned for these creatures, but at the very least, I doubt they'll be served for dinner today. or tomorrow. There you are. Is this the gleaner you mentioned? The one who's looking for lost marks? Interesting company you keep, friend. Who are you, folk anyway? I'm Krylo of the Students of Gardesian. These others are my associates. Truth be told, the Forum's decisions of late have not sat entirely well with us. That is why we made the descent to the Labyrinthos. We hoped that by seeing these decisions, put into action, we might be more fully understanding of their reasoning. Wise and practical. Never hurts to try and gain a broader perspective, does it? Anyway, duty calls. Other animals to capture and enclosures to empty. Once again, I'm sorry that I can't offer you more for your services. Did you learn anything new from your friend there? So I've confirmed that the order for this ambitious operation did indeed come directly from the Forum. However, the Gleaners have not been informed of its purpose. I'd say that fits with everything we've heard thus far. We also discovered when the operation was begun, the Forum contacted the Gleaners Guild ship and put their people to this great work for some 4 days after the Telophroi made their chilling declaration. As seasoned travelers, the Gleaners keep abreast of news from every corner of the world out of necessity. Thus, am I inclined to trust that their calendar of events is accurate. Altogether, it gives the distinct impression that this undertaking was a sudden and unexpected development. Yet I find it hard to believe that such a comprehensive restructuring of Labyrinthos and its archives could have been planned in so brief a window. Nay, this plan was long in the making. They were but awaiting the right time to put it into effect. And the Telophroi declaration was what set it all in motion. It seems likely, but let's not leap to conclusions just yet. For the moment, I suggest we conduct a wider investigation of Labyrinthos. The more facilities we visit, the more pieces of the puzzle we stand to find. In that case, how about we head to the Archeon? From there we can reach the lower. Oh my god, Krylo. Come on. Krylo, what's wrong? I'm fine, truly. The sudden descent has left me with a bit of a headache, that's all. Nothing that will stop me from soldiering on. Let us be about it then. At least allow me to take the lead. I'm fairly certain I remember the way to the Archeon. We follow the path east, through the forest where you were chasing after that mouse. Or marmot, was it? Anyway, 'tis the trolls you need to watch out for. Come on, Krylo. Come on. It's a Genamos in the medial circuit. Behold the Archeon. As Numenon serves as Charlene's literary archive, so does this structure houses the city's wealth of material data. The architecture too is similar. This building you see is merely the upper entrance, and access point to the vaults carved into the cliffside itself. Within those vast rooms are stored countless samples and specimens, as well as the detailed records which describe them. In a manner of speaking, the Archeon contains a physical history of Charlene's unwavering dedication to the accumulation of knowledge. Well, we won't learn anything of value standing out here. Let's proceed into the main building and speak with the custodian. Check the any threats. Easy Gemstone trail. Oh, here we go. Check again, same 3 open, that's fine. Oh, there, first try. It's obviously a pretty common card, just a couple 1-stars so far. Greetings, we are here to peruse the Archeon's vaults. Peruse? You are clearly not gleaners. Then, might I ask your affiliation? We belong to the students of Baldessian, but is that relevant? I was given to believe that the vaults, those open to the public at least, were open to the public. Ordinarily, yes, that would be the case. At present, however, access is restricted. Only persons directly involved in the reorganization efforts are permitted to enter. Not us then, I suppose. We had better move along to another facility. This building has a lift, which connects to the middle tier, yes? Might we at least make use of that? No? That service has also been suspended, I'm afraid. For the time being, priority has been given over to the conveyance of inventory. But this is as far as we can go. I apologize for the inconvenience. Please come again after our restructuring operation is complete. By that time it will be too late, and we were so close to getting answers. We need to rethink our approach. Let us step outside for a moment, shall we? Students of Baldessian. Interested in this. Yeah, okay, so they just stuck all of this in other. We are at an impasse. As we have no other leads, I should like to pursue this one further. But I doubt that our stone-faced custodian will be swayed by heartfelt pleas. We must seek another means to access the lower levels. It's likely the people in this area are involved in the restructuring in one way or another. If we were to integrate ourselves, it might allow us to accompany them on the lift. Let us ask around. Surely someone is in need of a few strong backs to lighten the load. The kid looks like he needs some help. Am I taking a lift? Oh no, we're just students. They won't let us into the Archeon, even though we found... Actually, we have no idea what it is we found. There's no record of such a creature anywhere, but it was wandering around tranquilly until he thought to donate it to the vaults. And... Oswald school, don't you think? Anyway, I suppose we'll have to take care of it until the Archeon is open. One more person, I reckon. Over there. What's that? Take you down and look at me. Sorry, but not a chance. I've been up and down all day, and only now have I finally found a spare moment to rest. I did see a gleaner fellow heading out the gate there, shouldering a large pack, engaged in some manner of task. Maybe he'll be headed down below after he's done with whatever he's doing. Stay away from that thing. Quiet, you'll frighten it away. Ah, it's you again. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm in the middle of another task. The cloud can I need to capture is very close. Very close. You wish to help me with this too? You spend your time in unusual ways, my friend. Still, 2 hunters are generally better than one. Very well. And now here is a common gathering spot for birds of all kinds, but the one I'm after today is the hornbill. Its feathers are green, and its cries are distinctive caw. Single it out and shoot it with this sleeping dart. The effects are short-lived, so I'll lie in wait down by the riverbank to claim our quarry. Be sure to hit the right one. Okay. It's usually right around here. Yeah, there we go. Destination. The hornbill. Okay. Hornbill. Small green bird. Large red bird. Large green bird. What? Cuckoo. What does this one mean? Oh, it's this one. If I can hit it. There we go. Actual NA aim. Aha!
A fair shot. Nicely done. Let me truss this one up and I'll make my way over to you.
I think I'm gay.
There you are. Any new revelations? So you met with that gleaner again, this time to capture a hornbill. I understand catching and bringing in creatures from the outside, but what's the point of chasing after ones already here?
Oh, it's a simple thing, really. Occasionally, we remove specimens no longer needed for study, or those we've had difficulty raising. But we can't simply turn them loose. Safely returning such creatures to their native habitats is another facet of a cleaner's duties. But not in this case, I'm afraid. I've been asked to bring the bird below.
The restricted section in the lower levels of Labyrinthos. Open only to a select few researchers hand-picked by the Forum. The projects down there are the subject of rumor and hearsay. Forbidden magics. Advanced technologies that can never be allowed to fall into outside hands. Even Archons are not privy to the truth. Those who are, the researchers involved in this secretive work, are not permitted to walk freely in the city, and are instead required to live in isolated quarters.
What could a facility subject to such strict security protocols possibly need with a hornbill? An experiment?
Possibly. I wasn't afforded an explanation. But judging by the requisition list given to me and my colleagues, I doubt it's for any kind of advanced research. I'd be more inclined to believe we were making preparations to migrate to the south. Mericidia or thereabouts.
What? Why would you say that?
Much of the flora and fauna we were asked to procure could serve as reliable sources of sustenance. They're comparatively hardy species, too, able to endure harsh climates. And among them are specimens known to be effective in improving soil quality and purifying water.
When you put it that way, migration does sound like a reasonable assumption.
Migration to Mericidia, huh?
That's all it is, though. An assumption. Through our tasks, we gleaners glimpse only bits and pieces of the Forum's plans. Our prime concern is that our requisitions, be they living or otherwise, are properly preserved for the knowledge of future generations. Now, I really must be going. I regret that I cannot reward you as you deserve.
Perhaps you might reward us after a fashion, then. It is imperative that we reach the lower levels. And seeing as you are already set to descend with your assigned cargo, mayhap we could accompany you as your assistants.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. Once the animals have been prepared for transport, we send them down separately via the lift. I will, of course, follow after to make my report, but I can hardly pass you off as porters when there's nothing left to carry.
Indeed. Pray forget I said anything.
How do you feel about climbing? If you've strength and the courage to brave it, then there is another way down.
Climbing there?
This path leads to the 33rd facet, a mine shaft excavated during one of our expansions of Labyrinthos. While I cannot guarantee that the passage is safe to traverse, it should provide access to the medial circuit below.
I never even knew such a place existed. Thank you. This is the perfect solution.
You're quite welcome.
Bro, I was
But
about to have
consider
more brain
yourselves
damage.
warned. If the going proves too treacherous, you'd do well to turn back. I bid you good day.
Well, turning back is hardly an option, not when we've come this far. Let's go and take a look at this mine shaft.
Dude, this mine shop. I guess I'll look for this ether current now. 116 to the west. Please tell me it's not actually down there. 51 to the southwest. It's gonna be right down there, isn't it? Denver. This must be it, the entrance to the mine shaft. Tis faint, but I hear something moving within. Creatures homed there by the researchers, you think? Well, slavering beasts aside, we will need to watch our footing. We should tighten our straps and such before we continue. Assuming everyone's tightened their straps and checked their gear, then I say we head in. Given the terrain ahead, it might be wise to leave some distance between us. We don't want to be stumbling over each other if it comes to a fight. Take it slow and don't forget to check your surroundings from time to time. We can meet up again at the other end of the tunnel. God, the music in all the zones so far has been really, really nice. Everyone seems to have made it through without incident. Nothing of consequence at least. And as promised, the tunnel has delivered us into the medial circuit. As I recall, this tier is where they keep a wide variety of samples for agricultural production. If Aaronville's assumption holds true, that specimens are being collected in preparation for a great migration, and we should see evidence of such plans in the area's research projects. Let's follow the path to the nearest farming facility and see what we see. I doubt I'm allowed to. Oh, there we go. I'm allowed in here, but I just want to see if I can... Oh, I'm allowed in. Grab that location. And I need to kill one more of these. And the last one I need is in Garlemald. Eco compass. 232 to the okay. Aha! Now I know where we are. This is the Merrill Agronomics. Labyrinth is host to a wide variety of vegetation, which allows us to conduct studies on cultivation methods utilized in foreign lands. And it is this facility which coordinates and oversees those efforts. The fruits of their research go to feed their Labyrinthos colleagues also here. More notable successes might make it to the Agora. Food so exotic it'd be hard pressed to guess their origin, let alone how they might taste. Indeed, mystery vegetables without a name, only a list of nutritional benefits scribbled on a card. I see no gleaners hereabouts, yet these workers seem to share that same sense of urgency. It's possible they know something of the forum's plans and their underlying motivations. Worth looking into, would you say? Yeah. See what you can coax from the workers. The rest of us will do the same, or cast. The rest of us will do the same, or cast about these fools. I'm gonna go get this Aether Current. From 7 northwest. Down there. Target. Oh, so close. So close. One more. What crops are we raising? Well, as you can see, this one's a variety of grape. Only needs a good source of sunlight to grow, and the conditions here, nothing short of perfect. Hardly surprising given that it's a native to a particular locale in the very place upon which Labyrinthos was modelled, a region in the south of Elspar. It boasts remarkable habitat diversity, allowing for myriad flora and fauna to thrive. Chilly peaks in the north give way to swaths of temperature plains, which in turn transition into a hot, humid coastline. Such bountiful territories are ever contested as you might expect. Used to be called Corvos before the Imperials renamed it Locus Amonis. The Forum saw it not as a prize, however, but as a researcher's ideal environment, one whose climates we strove to recreate within the confines of Labyrinthos. It's since provided a rich foundation for countless experiments in cultivation. Oh! Would you look at that? I wonder if I can make it up there somehow. Without flying. Jumping puzzles? No? Do I have to fly? Probably. Yeah. Damn it. Do I ought to be taken down below? More than I can carry, and then some. Most of our stock is sent off by the cargo lift. Some has been earmarked for aerial transport, hence the stack of crates atop that hill over there. God, hauling the lot up that slope was a job and a half. Expecting visitors know what the use of the lift means. How did you make it down here anyway? The mine shaft, you say? Well, you're a much hardier soul than I. Under normal circumstances, I'd reward such tenacity with a guided tour of the fields. I'm afraid the forum has us filling order lists a mile long. Massive yet detailed requests, literal wagon loads of crop samples, and hardly any time to put them together. When I first heard of this grand reorganization, I assumed we would be shuffling around old stock to make room for the new. Then came the orders for ridiculous quantities of seeds we've already thoroughly researched. Passing strange, eh? I pressed for an explanation and was met with vague assurances that all would be revealed in due course. Not the most satisfying answer. Great tomato. The labels on these crates tell the story of their contents. Bundles of common seeds and saplings, accompanied by sheaves of reports. Flowers? Yeah, that's a fake-ass flower right there.
Hard to look away, isn't it? But they're more than pretty flowers. Heart blooms are attuned to ambient emotion. You don't seem convinced, but believe me, it's true. This ashen grey, for instance, it mirrors the anxiety and urgency of those working nearby as they rush to fulfill sudden orders. Intense feelings like those spur the petals to change colour. Bright glowing hues in the presence of joy, dark subdued shades for frustration or despair. Yet even with the collected wisdom of Charlian at our disposal, we've yet to identify the underlying principle of this empathic effect. And there are other mysteries besides. Although the flower is extraordinarily long-lived, its low reproductive rate has made it difficult to find younger populations growing in the wild. With too few sightings to map its distribution, and no closely related species to track, we've been unable to pinpoint its land of origin. To further complicate matters, every culture, even dimly aware of its existence, has given it a different name and mythos. Our attempts to study it via the historical record have been an exercise in frustration. As an avid botanist myself, I should one day like to unravel the Heartbloom's secrets. But I'm afraid other duties must take precedence. I will leave you to your thoughts.
Have you learned aught of interest? A flower that reacts to one's feelings? Strange. I must say, I have never heard of such a thing.
This is all very fascinating. But as it stands, we fail to gain any significant insight into the Forum's undertaking.
Something's up with Cryo.
Indeed. While there is certainly enough activity to support Erenville's supposition that her priority has been placed on improving food production, unfortunately for our investigation, these workers were never informed as to how their duties serve the master plan.
If only we could interrogate the Forum members directly. Isn't that the entrance to the arcade? Look, there. I think that's Erenville.
A little difficult to tell from here, but I think you're right. He did say he was coming down to make his report.
Erenville receives his orders from the Forum. Would it not follow, then, that the superior to whom he reports is a Forum member? Or at least a close associate?
It would.
You mean to eavesdrop on their conversation? What of the risks?
Risks.
Ours alone to bear. We won't interfere with Erenville's work, nor will he be implicated as an accomplice. If you're not comfortable taking part, I can do this alone.
No, I want to go with you.
Nay. I said myself that I wished to know Father's intentions. And no answers will be forthcoming should we simply ask nicely.
We can apologize later, should it come to it. Right now, we need every crumb of information we can get our hands on. Consequences be damned.
Yes, I agree.
It might be best if you came along as well. In fact, we should all...
Cryo? Cryo, you good? Gucci, we good?
Cryo?
Oh, yes. That certainly sounds like a plan.
I'm glad you agree.
Quickly! Erenville is on the move. We need...
Oh. Yep, let's go. Cryo, what the fuck, Cryo?
Almost. I can almost reach you.
Are you good, Cryo? Are you okay? Please. Shola. Cryo's still feeling unwell. I've never seen her so distracted. Keep an eye on her, but keep moving too. We cannot let our quarry slip away. Erenville has headed westwards along the path outside the Archeon. Come, we can still catch him. Yep. There's something seriously wrong with Cryo at the moment. And I have no idea what it is. I know she's hearing voices. But everyone hears voices. I mean, I get massive migraine-ass headaches all the time. And you don't see, you know... It's never like how she's like that. She just spaced the fuck out completely. Hold on, I have an idea. Memory serves, that colossal Wallach structure is Logisticon Beta, one of Labyrinthos' climate control centers. It should have its own lifts, with which one could access the upper or lower tiers. Hey, if I were an agent of the Forum, it would make for a convenient meeting place. But even if we happen to find Erenville in the company of said agent, we cannot expect them to reveal issues of importance as we nonchalantly stroll past. Nay, we shall have to remain undetected. Stealth section, baby. If only Garaha and his vanish spell were here. Oh, but there are other ways of turning invisible. Hippity hop, my little oh my god. Stola! Why? Why? I don't want... Man, I couldn't dodge, I couldn't avoid the toad mechanic. Oh man. Unaccustomed to transfiguration, worry not, it will wear off within the passage. Stola! I suggest you and your green companions hop along and catch up with Erenville. Should you feel the magic's fading, return to me and I will refresh the enchantment. No, why? And what am I to do in the meantime? Wait here with me. In your current state of mind, you'd be likely to leap into the jaws of a predator, as you would learn anything of note. Yeah. Just say what the fuck is going on, please. Which reminds me, where the creatures are hereabouts. In that form, you are essentially defenseless. Oh, thanks, Stoll. Yeah, I've got 30 minutes of being fucking pro. Alpha Toad and Ella Toad. That's coming. Or is it Alpha Toad? Alpha Toad and Ellie Toad are accompanying you. Yeah. I'm gonna put on... Oh my god. I've got 30 minutes of being a toad, that's plenty of time. Alright, here we go. Going for the 112. Ribbit. This is the wrong way. Across the bridge. North. North or across the bridge? Hold on. Okay. God, I love this. To the north, up here. Ribbit.
I trust you will find your compensation to be more than satisfactory. We wish to make clear that we are pleased with the efficiency and thoroughness of your work. So much so that we have come bearing new tasks in need of your competent hand.
Another lengthy list. If I may speak frankly, the Gleaners have been pushed to the point of collapse by your unending demands. We are not familiars to be exploited. We are Charlayan scholars, and we deserve an explanation for this unseemly treatment. What warrants such urgency?
In an age long past, Charlayan was charged with a momentous duty. And now that word of the final days hangs heavy in the air, the time has come for us to fulfill that charge. I can say no more, but I promise you this. All will be revealed in due course. And when it has, you will understand that your toil was in service to the greatest good.
Then I will do your bidding. For now. But unless you wish the Gleaners to rise up in protest, I advise you to offer tangible improvements for our working conditions. Your promised revelation does nothing to address present circumstances.
A fair point. Your concerns will be conveyed to the Forum.
Ribbit.
I hope that was informative. You may consider my debt to you repaid in full.
Oh my god, he knew.
While I do have my reservations about the Forum, I want to believe that they have our best interests at heart. Which is why I'm reassured that you're busy sniffing out the truth of things. We can ill afford to place all our eggs in one basket, this master plan of theirs, without first understanding the risks involved.
Boom.
Wait! How did you know it was us?
If you mean to impersonate a toad, try studying the real thing. And don't try to fool an expert.
True. I was just kind of dicking around as a toad for a while. I suppose we should have known. A gleaner who specializes in animal procurement would not be so easily deceived. Yet he seemed inclined to put all his trust in us all the same. More importantly, perhaps we've discovered a new piece of the puzzle, this momentous duty the Forum agent mentioned. Charlene has been called to action, and the Teleoperator's declaration was the catalyst. Whatever charge it is they hope to fulfill, they deem it out of sufficient import to disrupt all of Labyrinth, not to mention ignore Eorzea's request for aid. What duty would warrant the direct involvement of the Forum, and the commitment of all its resources, Philip? Judging by what we just heard, none of the gleaners were offered any kind of explanation. At this point, it seems abundantly clear that we'll learn nothing new by pressing them further. We should head back to Ishola and Kral for a moment to see what they think of this. Okay, let's go up here quickly. To the southwest.
Hello.
Heyo! What you up to?
Loading screen. Savage.
Nah, it's pretty good at the moment.
Nah, I'm just loading in. So, how far along have you gotten?
I finished the first part of the Cabinet, side.
And it's making you...
the Charlene side.
Okay, so like it makes you go and do the Charlene side?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like how they do expansions now. And I think it's a really good system because it splits the player base up into 2 sections.
Yeah.
So it's not one zone congestion all at once.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I'm just exploring. Well, how far did you get into the...
Not very far. Not very far. So...
Yep, that's all good.
Like, the quest I'm up to is hitting the books. That's what I'm up to.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Whereabouts are you up to?
Decent ways past that.
Not surprising.
I mean, I've only been playing for like an hour 45. I'll actually be back in just a second.
Yeah, okay.
Alright. Alright. Yeah, I'm currently making progress through this, and then after when I'm done with this, we get to the first dungeon. I had a feeling you would learn something important, even if that something was simply a confirmation that no one knows much of anything. We should share this with Cryle to discuss how we'd like to proceed. Assuming we find her back at the farm, she was still behaving oddly, so I bade her return and rest there. Perhaps not the best decision in hindsight. Would you mind checking near those flowers she was so entranced by? The rest of us can survey the more distant areas, just in case she decides to wander. Yeah, there's something going wrong with Cryle at the moment. It's so... Ah! I see a, ether current. Yeah, no, nothing. Look at that. There she is. Cryle, what are you doing? Okay.
For you. The spell will keep it from wilting. She said you would need it for the journey ahead.
Idolin?
Will you speak with her now? I cannot hope to match Minfilia's clarity, of course, but...
Oh my god.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
Do not worry. She has lent me her body for only a moment.
Bruh, Hyland just stole her motherfucking soul.
Just as I could not save the first from the flood of light, it has become arduous for me to interact with the physical world without assistance. Though I might converse with you for a time, the incorporeal form I assumed on the ship would be incapable of casting even the simplest enchantment. It is in the depths of the ethereal sea, the place to which all life returns, where my influence is greatest. After Minfilia's sacrifice on the first...
No.
Her...
Damn, I need to not do that.
And another who may yet have a part to play, though that will depend on you.
Okay.
Take the flower, walk free, for you are free, to go where you wish, to believe what you will.
I'll take the flower.
That blue will be your guide. Test and proof of your conviction. In darkness, seek joy. Surrender not to sadness, and see beyond despair. Walk free, and bear the light for others to follow. Together, raise it aloft and let it shine, till the end, blinding and radiant.
I was gonna say mummy, but I feel like that's kind of weird considering it's trial.
That was all too brief. Already she seems so far away. My apologies if I startled you. Ever since we began our descent into Labyrinthos, I had sensed another's will,
I was just
straining to
little
reach
bit
out.
creepy. Okay. Bless. Eidolon was just, you know, doing a...
Even with my
doing a
particular
shit.
talents, though, I was unable to make a connection at first. So weak and tenuous it was. Once I took hold of that wispy thread. Imagine my surprise to discover it was Eidolon herself. Needless to say, it seemed wise to learn what we could before letting go. Her answers were more cryptic than I would have liked, but at least she left us with a guide of sorts, that unusual flower.
Yes.
Yes, we are definitely making progress.
You can't be serious! We've done nothing wrong!
Oh my god. Let's go. Ah, this fucking dick.
Master Fortuno, what business has the Forum with us?
Obstruction and suppression, apparently.
Mistress Baldessian, our records show you facilitated the Scions' entrance into Sharlayan by claiming them as assistants for your organization. We are aware of your investigations. After alerting the major institutions to the presence of potential troublemakers, we received word from an Archean custodian, a group operating under the auspices of the students, skulking about Labyrinthos and engaging in clandestine behavior.
Clandestine? We may not have entered Sharlayan as Scions, but we did naught to conceal our identities. Our only purpose in this city is to seek the truth. I can think of no reason why our actions should warrant the Forum's intervention.
'Tis not our way to discourage the pursuit of knowledge, but the timing of such pursuits must be considered, not to mention their potential impact.
This guy's such a cock ass.
With the world in chaos, we, the true caretakers of wisdom, have committed ourselves to an undertaking that demands the utmost discretion. And we will not risk its success by turning a blind eye to disruptive foreign elements in our midst.
What then is to be our fate? Will you put us on a ship back to Eorzea?
The Forum will convene to examine your case. The results of said inquiry will determine your future in this city. As for your absent companion, he has already been detained.
Graha! But why? Is reading a crime now, too?
Reading is encouraged, celebrated even. Not, however, of the volumes shelved in the restricted section of the library.
Refusing to comply will only make matters worse. Let us instead treat this as an opportunity to open a dialogue
You went to the
with the Forum.
restricted section.
Silence is often one's best defense. I would advise against prolonging the proceedings with frivolous discourse. But enough. This is not the place for debate. The rostra await.
Do the rostra then, bitch. Why did Grandma go sneaking around in the restricted section? It's got restricted in its name, buddy.
Forgive me. I was careless.
We would have been detained regardless. This way, at least, we managed to stay together. I trust your time within the Forbidden Archives was well spent.
This star has more secrets to
Forum
tell.
will come to order! This inquiry is now in session. As Speaker-elect, I will be presiding over the day's proceedings.
Okay.
Master Fortuner, would you be so kind as to restate the matter which compelled you to summon your colleagues with such urgency?
As you are all aware, we recently denied Eorzea's request for Sharlayan assistance.
That is true.
Since then, certain individuals dissatisfied with our decision have taken it upon themselves to interfere with our work. They entered our nation masquerading as associates of the students of Baldessian. But these malcontents are better known as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. These militants wield influence with both the Eorzean and Eastern alliances, and are inextricably involved with the crises presently afflicting the world at large. Loose in our city, these warmongers sought to meddle with and expose matters of state secret. What are they, if not a dire threat to be expelled?
You have tarnished the good name of the students. Galuf would be ashamed.
Galuf Baldessian was never one to forsake his fellow man. Even if this nation closed every door and retreated from the world, he would have found a way to help the Scions, help every soul of this star fight back against the coming doom.
A terrible enemy stands poised to lay waste to all we hold dear. In the face of such madness, Eorzea reached out to Sharlayan, a respected ally, in the hopes of forming a united front. Was your curt dismissal truly the best you could offer? Or are you so preoccupied with your momentous duty of an age long past that even the end of the world is unworthy of your attention?
Whence came this revelation?
From the mouth of a Forum member within fortuitous earshot.
Then it seems your findings support my own. The reason I visited the restricted shelves was to study records of the Forum's policymaking process, to better understand the historical trends underlying their most major decisions. At first glance, the positions of neutrality in war and the accumulation of knowledge above all else appear constant and consistent, the unchanging pillars of Sharlayan society. And once upon a time, I might have left it at that. These days, however, I am more attuned to the subtleties of governance, and so I noticed something odd. From a particular point in time, the purpose of these policies shifted. No longer was knowledge preserved for the benefit of society. Rather, society was to be gradually reshaped to ensure the preservation of knowledge. The most conspicuous and telling change was the one which befell Labyrinthos. Once little more than an oversized storehouse, an enormous allocation of funds saw it transformed into an advanced research and archival facility.
Yeah.
I also discovered a fascinating account on the finances of our Dravanian colony. The settlement attracted students from far and wide, and the connections and tuition fees thus acquired were funneled into further improvements for the archives.
Interesting.
Now,
okay.
There is no question that our nation's progress is tied to the acquisition of wisdom. Nevertheless, the vast resources diverted for this purpose borders on the obscene. But returning to the matter of when, our change in course appears to have been made some 270 years ago.
The very same period when Scions scholars in the hinterlands began a formal study of the ethereal sea. You found something, did you not? And whatever it was, gave rise to your oh-so-important duty.
Interesting.
Mind your tongue, Archon. If you had seen...
He's...
Yes. We are bound by a duty we cannot ignore. Knowing this, what would you have us do? Abandon our vital work and join you on the field of battle? We will never choose the way of the sword. We will fulfill our mission, not through strife and bloodshed, but survival. Come what may, we shall live on. We must.
Do as you must, then. But we Scions will fight until the heavens fall, until our last breath.
Such misguided zeal.
Father, Master Fortuno, I fail to understand the stance you have elected to take. But by the same token, I have yet to find a compelling argument to counter the challenge you put to us in Gridania. Still, in the midst of my uncertainty, I must trust in myself to do what is right, as others have chosen to trust in me. So I will continue, as I always have, weighing the consequences of my every action, and allowing my hope for the future to inform my decisions.
That's quite enough. Have you all forgotten the reason for this assembly?
Oh, who's this dick now?
Skolok Monteshane. He's the head of the Studium and an old friend of my grandfather's.
Oh.
Honestly, every discussion devolves into some interminable debate. Terrible habit. Let's return to the topic at hand, By their own admission, these Scions have resolved to fight alongside the Eorzean nations against the doom which swift approaches. But there exists no evidence of an attempt to incite our citizens to do the same. Furthermore, while our decision may well have been the correct one, We cannot simply bull our way through these disagreements without inviting doubts or objections.
This guy's based as fuck.
Put yourselves in their place. Who among you would leave a tome unopened if an elder forbid you read it with no reason given? Now, if we're to quell further discontent, then we must conclude this matter with a fair and even hand.
Order! We will have order!
Order!
Master Montaigne raises some valid points. Keeping such concerns in mind, I propose we enforce the following measures. Until further notice, the students of Baldesion are to cease any and all activities within the domain of Sharlayan. You will also refrain from any further investigation into the Forum's decisions and duties. Failure to comply with these restrictions will result in the immediate expulsion of your Scion associates. Let us put this judgment to a vote. All in favor, raise your hand.
There's not many hands up.
I count 51 for and 48 against. The proposal is passed. Students, Scions, you have heard the Forum's judgment. Pray abide by it, or face the consequences. Honored members, I thank you for your time. This inquiry is concluded.
Okay. Now, endless investigations have not been in vain. We know that the mysterious duty of theirs began with whatever the Forum discovered in the Ethereal Sea. With our freedom so sorely curtailed, however, we will struggle to learn aught more of substance here in Sharlayan. The overall picture has grown clearer, yes, but that's in spite of the Forum being so maddeningly vague about this duty of theirs. Why are they so reluctant to explain their actions in plain words? Survival, come what it may, is Father's work so vital that it takes precedence over his own family? Elfino, Elise, it is you. When I heard you'd been dragged before the Forum, I came as swiftly as I could. I am so very glad they allowed you to stay. Mother. She's hot. Ameliance, Levia at your service. And you fine people must be the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. How lovely it is to finally meet you. Mother, please. We don't wish to make things difficult for you. If word reaches Father that you are here. Oh, bother that. Am I to be chastised for speaking with my own children? I'm well aware that you and Master Fortuno are not on the best of terms at the moment, but I've been absolutely desperate to see my darling again. You will come by to the house, won't you? I have gifts waiting. The time could be better. As matters stand, we shan't be going anywhere until we discuss matters with Tancred's group and reconsider our options. Go, visit your home. We will be back at the annex when you are ready to rejoin us. I'm not sure what do you think? Yeah. Hey, she knows me. I'm in. What a splendid day this has turned out to be. Champion of Eorzea, I insist that you join us. But we must be quick about it. Not for my own benefit, but should my husband return and find you enjoying our hospitality, the servants will be made to suffer the consequences. If you would be so kind to escort my children to be safe. And then she was gone, and with her, any opportunity to protest. Enjoy yourselves. I will. My mother is not one to take no for an answer. Still, I am glad early even to see her in such high spirits. What say you? Though it seems we shall have little enough time to enjoy it. Will you accompany us in our visit home? Fine, if we're going then let's get it over with. But be sure to stay in the entrance hall. No peeking into our private chambers, thank you very much. Why not? Your room was always perfectly neat and tidy. Everyone has things that are rather cute themselves, don't they? Cherished mementos you can bring yourself to sort of childhood toys. Oh. I mean, never mind. Let me say it that way, straight down the stairs. Oh. 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 And I were little, this bridge was as far as we were permitted to wander alone. I say alone, but my mother or servant was always somewhere nearby, keeping a watchful eye. And now look at us, travelling to different continents, different worlds even. As children, Alphino and I would often wait here for our father to come home from work. It must have been a day when his meetings ran long, as I remember growing restless and leaning over the railing to watch the water rush by. Father, of course, arrived at that exact moment. Came pounding down the path in a panic, crying out my name. Oh, you're in Labyrinthos.
Yeah.
Here you are at last. Please do come.
Do you wanna make an agreement?
Yeah.
Whoever makes it to the first dungeon, we wait and we do it together.
That is too far off.
Is it?
For you, yeah. You still have to go through the entirety of Fav now.
Welcome home, my lady.
And I'll be up to it shortly.
Aww.
Probably. Unless I'll run it with you.
Yeah, but I mean, like, first time there to go, huh?
That's a lot of time just waiting around doing nothing.
I mean, you can go ahead and level Reaper or Sage, whatever one you want to do.
I will be doing that later. How's Leveilleur in all its grandeur?
Oh, gods, please don't. It makes me feel like a spoiled princess.
Lord Fortuneau is not to hear of this visit. And I should also like the children to have their gifts, ere my husband makes his return.
As you wish, my lady.
Master Alphino, Mistress Alice, if you'd accompany me upstairs.
We shan't be long.
Okie dokie.
The twins have been sending letters home from time to time, recounting their latest adventures. I am sure they withhold certain details, of course, if only to keep me from worrying. Yet a mother worries all the same. In the early days especially, I tried to support them as best I could, sending the Scions coin and other such donations. Fortunately, they have found the strength to overcome adversity time and time again. Their words grow more confident with every letter, their depictions more vivid. The triumphs and defeats, the joys and sorrows. It is clear that they have come to find value in every experience. But of those they treasure most, it would seem that meeting you might be the most impactful.
Oh,
okay. Since that fateful day, I do believe there has not been a single missive in which you were not mentioned by name.
Oh. They love me. They really love me.
It is plain they care for you, and I am glad they have such a steadfast companion watching over them.
Always. I'm not gonna let
Under
anything
normal
happen.
circumstances, I would offer you tea, but alas, these are anything but. In any event, why don't you keep me company whilst we await my children's return? Perhaps you might regale me with a tale or two of your exploits.
Oh wait, I just noted this guy's the first male Vieira we encounter.
Yes. He also has that sexy Vieira accent. I swear, the first time I heard Lena talk, I'm just like, yeah.
Oh
my.
When you mentioned gifts, I wasn't sure what to expect.
She got her glow up just now. I remember in 5.3, her saying, I feel like we don't have any development because we don't have clothes. And yeah, she just got her glow up. What's she look like? Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Oh, look how well it fits you. And the style is to your liking?
Here we go.
It's perfect. Exactly what I would have chosen. But please, tell me you had something different made for Alphino.
Nice.
Naturally. You are hardly little children anymore. And while I shall miss dressing you in those precious matching outfits, I must respect the individuals you have grown to become.
Dude, I'm sweating so hard because of Alphino and Alice. It's... I hate everything. There's so many times that they just have these really peaceful, nice moments with these characters. I'm just like,
no,
stop it.
Don't.
Make something bad happen so I know that they're not in danger. Just the start of Shadowbringers taught me that, hey, if something's going well, it won't.
That means it won't.
See for yourself.
Like, in Thavnir, right, there's this really peaceful moment, and really nice music is playing and all that, and then just out of the corner I was like, eh! I'm like, what, man?
Yeah. There's a similar moment, you know, before you figure out to go down into Labyrinth, as well as say, oh no, Cryo, what's wrong with you? No, Cryo.
Yeah.
Stylish.
Cryo, what are you doing? No.
Eminently practical.
He looks sick. Yeah, it's just like, Cryo, can you, relax?
I am so
it's like,
glad you like
this is exactly what the fuck happened at the start, the end of post-quest Stormblood. Just random headaches that we cannot explain. And
If you'd allow me, Master Alphino.
Like, I get strokes all the time, right?
Yeah, right,
I'm
right.
not just blank staring at shit. Like, on a good day, I get like 3 strokes. But it's not to like that degree.
Yeah.
Oh
Pretty simple,
shit! Damn, son.
Wait. Are these...
A sage's tools of the trade. They belonged to your father. Though he may as well be chained to his desk these days, as a student he was often called upon to venture into the field. He wielded those armaments, both to heal and to harm in no few battles. None so fierce as those you two have braved, perhaps, but battles nonetheless. Thus did I pull them out of storage, to show you that he was not always the man who stands in vehement opposition to you now. And also because it would be a terrible waste of ridiculously expensive House Leveilleur commissioned artistry.
Please don't let anything happen to these two. Just please. Oh.
I am told these devices are quite difficult to master, but someone of your extensive experience should soon have them darting about with grace and aplomb. May the wisdom in that crystal serve you well. And please, try to find common ground with your
Screw Charlie and housing, Labyrinthos housing one.
Need for this awful subterfuge.
Hey, true.
Like being honest, like I don't really like Charlene that much. It's nice.
We will,
It's
Mother.
juicy. I love Charlene.
I promise.
Like, I don't know. I think like the
My
whole
final gifts to you before we off are an observation and a suggestion.
like I was imagining to be, you know, more labyrinthian, I guess would be the word I'd use.
That he truly lost himself in his work. I may not know the forums in a
You know,
way,
I wasn't really expecting it to
but
be
I
that
know your
open,
father's. The timing
like
of
that
change
open.
in him holds
I really
some
don't like that kind of
significance.
design. I like things to be closed and very.
Secondly, do not seek to best your
Yeah.
father with words. Far better that you simply show him. Let
Like,
him
it's for the similar
see
reason I
the
don't
merit
really
of your
like
actions
Gridania and Limsa,
after
but like
they
Uldar
cannot
so
be
much.
undone.
Let's discover the merit of your actions after they cannot be undone. Hey. So just do what you do and then deal with the repercussions after. Base God.
Mother.
We shall take your wisdom to heart. Thank you again for these gifts, and farewell for now.
Safe travels, my children. Eat well, stay warm, and keep your friends close.
Thank you, Mama. Let it go. Aww. So nice. Oh, so God, if anything happens to any of these two, actually, I'm actually gonna lose my mind. Holy shit.
Why is this Aetheryte in a puddle of water? That makes no sense.
Why not?
Because I don't want to teleport into a puddle of water. No, there are no ether cards for Labyrinth books.
Yes, there are.
I don't have access to them. You can't search for them. This item has been moved to your collection. What?
Yeah. Yeah, the compass was moved to the collection. Oh! Look over there. It's a,
Where can I find the collection again?
Under
Duty
Duty collection.
Yeah, there we go.
You can still drag it onto your hotbar. It just doesn't take up a spot in your inventory anymore.
Okay, yeah, now I can get them. Okay.
Thank you for.
I was about to be really confused for a second.
Request. I can see it meant a lot to her, and I shall refrain from inquiry as to the content of your private conversation. Our visit was all too brief. For now, however, it will have to suffice, as will these tokens of home that we carry with us. These gifts to help us remember who we are and whence we came. But enough sentimentality. Let us return to the annex and rejoin our companions. That was nice. If anything happens to either of those two, I'm gonna have those screenshots and it is going to kill me every time. Oh, please. Please. For the love of God. Oh my. Hey, another lookup point. This place also kind of reminds me of Arborea from Dragon Quest XI. Enjoyed your time with the Labyrinth, I heard. I would ask how the twins fared, but their new outfits tell the tale. And I hope we can help them to reconcile with their father, that they might return home one day with their heads held high. In the meantime, we edge ever closer to the secret the Forum strives to hide, and the flower bequeathed to you by Eidolon is sure to guide us going forward. I'm confident that once we've heard your report from Fabner, we'll be well equipped to plot out our next move. Alright. Sweet. That's sweet. Alright. I think I'm going to end it here again for about an hour or two, just so I can get some food and get some other stuff done. I'm just going to do a little bit of stuff in game as well, like just farming out a couple of fates for the amount speed and all that. But yeah, I'll return in about an hour or two. Right. See ya.